The moment 2026. This is a mockumentary, a comedy of the a parody of the documentary style, and it's about the a fictionalized version of the musician Charlie XCX. She stars as a fictionalized version of herself. And I thought it was really funny, amazing all the way through it. I thought it was really cleverly done. And to sustain it for that long is really where I find it marvelous, really. Um, it treats the main subject really is the circumstances in which stars like Charli XCX find themselves in when they hit the mega big time as such, because this is set in 2024. Uh, there was the Brat Summer, so she launched her 6th album that year. I looked it up. I've liked her music for a few years, but I didn't know she's been around for she had, at least 17 years, quite a long time. But I've only gradually got to know her since around the time of COVID, I would say. And then in 2024, 7th of June, she released Brat, and the whole summer from that point on was named after her. So it was praised widely. It was like the whole of. Um, I think the year that year's it was the best album of that year, at least by many. By the judgment of many publications, Rolling Stone, various magazines, you see that at the start, and there's a mention that even the color of the album, uh, is what's described as a slime green. Oh, it's hilarious. I know that, I don't mind it as a color. I like yellowy greens, but, uh, I remember a friend really didn't like that sort of color shade of green especially, and, so the fact that it's embraced and owned, and it's even like the hex has got ACE in it, as part of the hex code, and I thought, I love it for that reason on its own, um, but, um, a lot of Charlie's fans are queer, LGBTQIA+, so this all comes up several times throughout the film. I mean, um, there's just various points about, there's like a fan who says about her music saving their life. There's various references of, I mean, to explain a bit about what happens is sometime in September 2024, as Brat Summer naturally would come to a conclusion, um, because of course we head out of summer by some point in September. A lot of people said it was Brat Summer forever. That's how her team or some of her team wanted it to be. Like there's a point where they're having a discussion, and Charlie herself says, "Oh, isn't this a bit cringe?" And the response is, "Well, everything's cringe." And this is the problem. How do you follow immense success. You've had several months at the top, and equinox arrives, autumnal equinox, I guess, or sometime around then, don't know the exact date. But there's all the way through this, there's a flashing, there's a lot of stylish, there's warm, there's a lot of flashing, strobe, photosensitive, people may not get on that well with this film, but, th the style of the, titles, I mean, because she comes flying into Heathrow, stays a night, checks in in a posh hotel in Shoreditch, and then has to do, I mean, all of the places she goes, all the venues, like somewhere Surrey Quays, there's a launch of a credit card that's like, place out in on the outskirts of London, Dagenham, where, uh, they're recording work, where there's going to be a film, a sort of, well, this kind of like Amazon deal, this sort of, I guess, they explain how they're going to get, um, a renowned film director, and, a lot of this is fictionalized. So it's fictionalized versions of various people, and then some names changed for legal and licensing conditions. I don't suppose they want to get into trouble with anyone, so obviously all the people who need to be different, to be, not the actual people. And I don't know how much maybe it wasn't true, but the idea of the film is to show what pressure people go through when they hit stardom and when their advisors, their team, their managers want it to continue. It's their lifeblood as well, of course. Success, depends on them keeping going, and the pressure must be really intense. Um, and this, I mean, there's a reference to, I mean, it's some slightly jokey references, but it's really well done. But like, how, I mean, like, um, people no longer being there. I mean, let's put it that way. I mean, you know, to get an album done, they need to have the star. So if she's no longer available or alive or whatever, then, um, there's a big problem. So there's stuff like that that comes out at some points. There's stuff like she goes on holiday to Ibiza and, um, has this fallout, the sort of pardon me, there's misunderstandings when she, um, meets, like a highly recommended masseuse, the kind of person, like everyone raves about, and that's where some of the other stars who appear in this, it's almost like, um, I I kind of really loved it. I loved it all the way through. In fact, I liked it so much, I saw the film again. I checked the schedules about a week later, and just a couple of days ago, I saw that it was a very short run. Though it was screening several times a day, suddenly it was no longer being screened or not in locally, not locally. So I saw it again, and because it's so fast moving, there was more to see, to understand, to figure out. Um, like this credit card business, that was just, really funny. I mean, just the pressure of people whose only interest is to make money, and that's their prime concern. Um, and for Charlie, I mean, like, there's a discussion one point with one of the characters where they're saying, "Oh, it's like the understandings between father and son, or between mother and daughter. And then, it's pointed out, well, a lot of Charlie's fans, um, might not be the demographic that tend to have children, or not many children, and, that whole thing there's quite a lot of references to queer culture, to LGBTQIA+, and I love that. Um, the trans rights mentioned. There's a lot of really interesting and good, um Um, often very fast, very oblique, references, but and I caught more of it the second time. I just thought, yeah, I can really see, um, how well it was done, because it has to be obviously, done fairly sensitively because of some of the subjects. I mean, considering all the people who have not made it in in the pop world, who've succumbed in some ways, like, someone mentions, "Oh, have you seen the Amy Winehouse film?" It's like, "Oh my gosh." But it's all really brief mentions, and it's just like, it's so serious what, is happening. I mean, like, when I mentioned when I saw the Robbie Williams film, and the pressure is so much, it can be life-threatening, and that is really scary. So it has a serious message, but it's done in a jocular way, and that counts for a lot. The, posters, this is just more or less, that Brat green with, um, "This is film promotion, BTW, by the way." It's all sort of like, all a bit haphazard, and anything that can go wrong will go wrong. I mean, it's that kind of thing. And yeah, I think I'm gonna score this 9 out of 10. It's just like, um, I mean, let's see, I mean, there are quite a few stars in this, other people. I mean, no, who's it? Alex Sarsgaard, Alexander Alexander Sarsgaard. He's great. Um, the, the, Charlie's, um, right-hand woman, who, she relies on as a creative director. Uh, the people, I think I just really thought it was cleverly thought out and done in a way that really, um, covers what can go wrong when you're right at the top of the game, and why pressure can be quite threatening, quite difficult, and it takes a lot. And, um, if you the reason you're likable is because you're not, all out capitalist, and yet you end up going into sort of ventures that are kind of, um, possibly difficult. Um, I mean, it is like suddenly there's like all these people being really critical, and that's part of the, I mean, I think the way it's done is like it allows the characters to laugh at themselves. It's what's it called? The words escaping me at the moment. Re, deprecating. You know, I it's really well done. It's endearing, I think. That's what I found about it. I mean, the mistakes, the point where Charlie's, like, taking off her makeup because she's, like, so fed up, and you really feel for her, and I could imagine, I mean, I just would not want that sort of success and that sort of pressure. So, um, it's a really good way of explaining what all the pitfalls are like in, um, the music industry, but in anything, any kind of, industry which leads to celebrities where people are idolized. I mean, uh, I think, she's amongst my favorites, but I don't really want to be, a fanatic about anyone. I think I can imagine everyone's got flaws. I would say that about anyone. I've liked people, many people over the years, and then with some of them, I've been disappointed with what's happened. Some completely disappointed. Some I've just thought, "Oh, that's a shame," but I still like them. And, but that's it. Everyone takes risks. We all the best thing is being the authentic your authentic self, and I think I I really like this. The self-deprecating nature of this is fun. So 9 out of 10. I think I've covered just about everything, all the thoughts that bubbled into my head during seeing it. I mean, it is very fast, um, and the tension, the problems that arise, yeah, it just means, um, it's, it's just, very understandable, I think, and a cautionary tale to anyone who thinks, "I want to be famous," because it's not exactly an easy ride, I would say. Okay, let me know your thoughts. Thanks if you like this review. Thanks if you subscribe. Please hit the notification button. I'd say, my, next, a review I'd recommend for you to watch after this is the Robbie Williams film, which was, A Better Man. Yeah, that was really good, and that covers some of the poignant points, the threats, the risks of fame. So, as if you want to see something else, I'll put a link in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.